Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
London's Metropolitan Police scanned 1.7 million faces so far in 2026. That's nearly double what they scanned in the same window last year. And according to at least 7 separate regulatory bodies in the UK, nobody can agree on the rules governing any of it. If you've ever walked down a busy street in a major city, your face may have already passed through a system like this, whether you knew it or not. That's not speculation. It's how live facial recognition works in public spaces. A camera scans every face in a crowd and checks it against a watch list in real time. In the London borough of Croydon, police use this technology to make more than 100 arrests. The Met's national lead on facial recognition, Lindsay Chiswick, says the force has taken more than 1,700 dangerous offenders off London's streets since 2024. And polling shows roughly 2 out of 3 people in the UK support police using the technology. So what's the problem? The problem is that the legal framework holding all of this together isn't really a framework at all. It's a patchwork, and multiple regulators are now saying so publicly. The question running through this story is a simple one. If the rules aren't consistent, how can the results be trusted? Start with what a regular person in Croydon would need to do just to understand why a camera was scanning their face on a Saturday afternoon. According to reporting from Biometric Update, that person would need to read 4 separate pieces of legislation. Then layer on police guidance documents, local force policy, and individual impact assessments. That's the legal basis for one camera on one high street. No single law in the UK governs how police use facial recognition. Instead, forces rely on a combination of common law powers, equalities law, human rights law, and data protection rules, none of which were written with this technology in mind. Now zoom out from that one person in Croydon to the system itself. Oversight for police facial recognition in the UK is split across at least 7 different bodies. The Forensic Science Regulator, 2 separate biometrics commissioners, the Information Commissioner's Office, Police and Crime Commissioners, the Investigatory Powers Commissioner's Office, and the College of Policing. 7 regulators, each with a different piece of the puzzle, none holding the full picture. For anyone trying to challenge a facial recognition match in court, whether you're a defense solicitor or just someone who got stopped, figuring out which authority to appeal to is its own maze. The accuracy standards are just as fractured. Some police forces set their match threshold at 0.6. Others follow the National Physical Laboratory's recommendation of 0.64. That gap might sound small, but in practice it means the same face, compared against the same watch list, could trigger an alert in one jurisdiction and not in another. And police forces can lower their thresholds without any judge signing off. No judicial check, no external review. Just a local decision that changes who gets flagged and who doesn't. For investigators building cases on facial comparison evidence, that inconsistency is a landmine at trial. For everyone else, it means the confidence behind a match depends on your postcode. One commissioner told The Guardian that the slow pace of legislation was trying to catch up with the real world. Meanwhile, the real world moved fast. The Met scanning volume jumped 87% in a single year. 1.7 million faces. International legal standards say that when governments seriously interfere with rights, the law authorizing that interference needs to be specific and clear, not a loose patchwork that leaves room for interpretation. Vague legal norms that merely allow comparison don't meet that bar. And yet the results keep coming. Arrests are up. Public support is strong. Police say the technology works, and by their numbers, it does. So the tension isn't between a tool that fails and a public that objects. It's between a tool that delivers and a legal system that hasn't decided what the rules should be. The instinct is to frame this as a debate between privacy and security. But that misses the deeper problem. Even people who fully support facial recognition should want consistent rules, because without them, the evidence it produces can't hold up equally in every courtroom, and the rights it affects aren't protected equally in every borough. UK police are scanning faces at a pace that nearly doubled in 1 year. 7 regulators oversee the process, but none of them owns it. And the accuracy threshold that decides whether your face triggers an alert can change depending on which police force is running the camera. Whether you're building a case on biometric evidence or you're just the person walking past the camera on your way to the shops, the question is the same. If the rules aren't settled, what exactly are we trusting? The full story's in the description if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.